Bully is one of the most unique and beloved games in Rockstar's catalog, and today I'll go back to Bully to explore everything that made Bully so unique, from its witty, satirical writing to the immersive world of Bullworth Academy, to its standout visuals, memorable soundtrack, and engaging gameplay. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the game, join me as I break down everything that made Bully so great. Let's get into it. Bully is set in fictional school of Bullworth Academy. The game turns a typical school environment into a battleground of cliques, pranks, and unexpected challenges. Bully is a satirical look at the highs and lows of the school life and adolescence. The writing and dialogue is both humorous and insightful, capturing the awkward nature of teenage life, even when it exaggerates reality. The writing gives us a genuine glimpse into youth culture. Bully stands out for its unique take on the high school experience, mixing humor, satire, and memorable characters. Its writing and premise have standout strengths as well as few notable weaknesses. Some of the best aspects about the premise are a relatable setting. The game's boarding school environment with its cliques and quirky characters evokes high school memories. The setting feels both oppressive and humorously exaggerated, resonating with players who remember the trials of school life. And the satirical tone. The writing cleverly blends slapstick comedy with biting social commentary. The exaggerated stereotypes, while over the top, are used self-consciously, creating a playful yet incisive critique of school culture. And some of the worst aspects about premise and writing are the over-reliance on stereotypes. While the exaggerated archetypes contribute to its humor, they can also render some characters one-dimensional. And the predictable plot points and sometimes rushed story. The underdog narrative, though engaging, follows a familiar formula. The premise can feel somewhat conventional with a story that is at times rushed and lacking in depth. One of the standout features is the dynamic changing of the seasons. Game starts at late summer, early fall, and seasons change throughout the game. From summer to fall, all the way to winter, and then to spring. It's a great system all around. I also love the visual changes to the game world and the NPCs. The winter season is especially noticeable as you see other NPCs start to wear winter clothing. There are also other visual changes like winter lights, etc., and these bring immersion to the next level. The school and its surroundings are meticulously crafted, capturing the authentic vibe of early 2000 school life. The distinct cliques like nerds and preps and diverse characters like Jimmy, Carrie, Russell, Ernest, and others adds depth to the setting, making every corner of the academy feel unique. Bully's open world is one of its most distinctive features. It's both charmingly unique and at times it can also be frustratingly limited. Best aspects about the game world, in my opinion, are the unique setting and immersive atmosphere. The game's high school environment, Bullworth Academy, and its surrounding town is richly detailed. It captures the hectic, humorous rhythm of school life with scheduled classes, bustling hallways, and varied social cliques. This immersive, lived-in world gives the game a nostalgic, almost cinematic feel that stands out among open-world titles. And the memorable characters. Every NPC who gives you missions have a unique personality, making interactions with them feel genuine and often hilarious. This attention to detail in character design contributes greatly to the world's charm. And some of the first aspects are a repetitive mission structure. While playing through the game, I found that mission design can become a little monotonous. The tasks often fall into fetch and fight patterns. And the limited world scale. Compared to other Rockstar titles like Grand Theft Auto series, Bully's game world is relatively small and contained, while this focused environment helps create a tight narrative and distinct atmosphere. It also means that the world can feel limited in scope and variety. But overall, Bully's world is meticulously crafted high school setting, full of character and life, yet occasionally hampered by repetitive gameplay and technical shortcomings. The art style is distinctive and cartoonish, perfectly matching the game's satirical tone. In my opinion, Rockstar really did a great job here with the visuals. I don't really have anything bad to say about them. Also, characters are insanely well designed and they are all unique with high levels of detail to make each one of them stand out. Bully's visuals have a unique charm that really sets it apart when it was first released, but they've also aged in ways that some can now find frustrating. Some of the best aspects about visuals are distinctive art design. The game sports a stylized, almost cartoon-like look that perfectly captures the atmosphere of boarding school. Its exaggerated character designs and vibrant environments evoke a sense of nostalgia while still conveying personality and humor. And memorable environments. The Bullworth Academy and its surrounding areas are rendered with an attention to detail that makes the school feel like a living, breathing world. The layout, architecture, and overall aesthetic contribute strongly to the game's immersive quality. While some of the worst aspects are dated technical execution. While the art style was innovative for its time, many visual elements can now feel outdated. For example, the remastered versions have struggled with modern resolutions. 4K mode can break the display, and if you play the game at 60 frames per second, it can break some things like some missions, some side missions, etc. etc. Also, there are some animation issues. While nothing game-breaking, some character animations and environmental textures haven't aged as gracefully, making some parts of the game feel less polished. And the music in Bully complements the visuals beautifully. Every piece of music in this game is great. From the legendary main theme to Walking theme, and especially different Clique's themes are great. Also, every Clique has their own themes, and I especially like the Nerd and Prep themes. Overall, the music department in Bully is absolutely fantastic and complements the game well. Rockstar really did a good job crafting an immersive world with a rich atmosphere. Exploring Bullworth Academy and the adjacent town never feels dull. Even after tens of hours of gameplay and exploration, you can still find new things to do and new places to explore. There's a great variety of side missions and activities you can do. Side missions further expand the world, providing challenges and deepening the overall narrative. The activities range from doing pranks and stealth challenges to minigames that enhances the experience. However, some side missions and activities can get repetitive after a while, especially when it comes to the combat system, which might feel a bit clunky compared to other Rockstar title called The Warriors, which had an amazing combat system that holds well even to this day. While the combat system in Bully is not bad, it's still not as good or in-depth as it's in The Warriors. But overall, I will say that the combat system does a serviceable job keeping the game engaging and fun. Side missions and activities are a great addition to the game, letting you engage in pranks, explore secret areas, or just experience random moments that highlight the game's charm. Speaking of charm, Bully is quite accessible game. Game is not difficult, but there are some difficult missions in the game. While most of the missions are relatively straightforward, a few story missions do offer a steeper challenge. Missions I would say that are the hardest are Lola's Race. This mission is hard because it's so long and creatures try to fuck you over. And the Nerd Challenge is also hard. While the Nerd Challenge is not hard per se, it's just time consuming. And if I remember correctly, it's one of the longest missions in the whole game. It's like it can take you like 15 to 20 minutes. It's kind of big mission. And the candidate is also hard. This mission is hard if you aren't familiar. I mean, this mission can be hard if you aren't familiar with the control scheme. And the last mission, which might be the hardest of all, is the Stronghold Assault. You need to navigate fortified area filled with nerds armed with various deadly weapons. Those 4 missions are, in my opinion, hardest missions in the whole game. But overall, the game is pretty accessible. And some of the best aspects about the gameplay are the unique setting and atmosphere. Game is full of funny characters and satirical humor, and this gives the game a distinctive flavor that I find refreshing compared to a typical crime or urban sandbox titles. And the variety of activities. Whether you're attending classes that double as minigames with challenges ranging from geography to gym, or engaging in missions that let you interact with school's various groups like bullies, nerds, and jocks, the game mixes structured tasks in free-roaming fun. This variety helps keep gameplay engaging. And the engaging characters and the story design. The narrative and character interactions are full of Rockstar's trademark wit. The game story unfolds through a mix of humor, mischief, and unexpected depth, giving players a memorable experience as they progress through the school's ranks. And some of the worst aspects about the gameplay are technical glitches and camera issues. Bully sometimes have extremely dodgy camera angles and occasional glitches. These issues are particularly found in various ports and remastered editions. These technical hiccups can break immersion and the gameplay loop. And the repetitive minigames. While the minigames add variety, some are overly simplistic or repetitive, especially when reduced to quick-time events or basic puzzles. And the control and traversal frustrations. Despite the charm of multiple movement options, the need for repetitive button tapping, especially when running, skateboarding, or biking, feels clunky and tiring, detracting from fluidity of exploration. And the mission structure and repetition. Some missions and side mission activities feels formulaic, contributing to a sense of repetitiveness as the game progresses, which can reduce its long-term appeal. Overall, Bully's strengths lie in its innovative school setting, humorous storytelling, and the diverse gameplay mechanics, which have helped it remain a cult classic to this day. However, technical issues, repetitive minigames, and sometimes cumbersome controls reminds you of its age and limitations. Bully's main story follows Jimmy Hopkins, a troubled teenager who gets sent to Bullworth Academy, a boarding school notorious for its rough environment, rampant bullying, and quirky social dynamics. Jimmy arrives at Bullworth Academy already marked by a troubled past. Quickly he finds himself caught in the midst of rival clique wars and the harsh realities of school life. Almost immediately, Jimmy becomes the target of various bullies and corrupt authority figures, forcing him to learn how to defend himself and navigate a complicated school life. As the game progresses, Jimmy begins to align himself with certain groups while clashing with others. Each clique, whether it's the nerds, preppies, greasers, or jocks, brings its own unique flavor and challenges to his school experience. Through a series of missions and pranks, Jimmy gradually gains respect among his peers. These missions not only test his physical abilities but also his wit and strategic thinking. Beyond just surviving day-to-day challenges, Jimmy starts uncovering and confronting the corruption that pervades Bullworth's administration and the faculty. His actions spark a subtle rebellion, challenging the established order. By standing up to both the bullies and the crooked staff, Jimmy redefines the power dynamics within the academy, ultimately earning his place as a force to be reckoned with. Amid the mischief, fights and humorous escapades, Jimmy's journey is also one of personal growth. He learns about loyalty, standing up for oneself, and carving up an identity in a chaotic world. Although the story is filled with episodic adventures and quirky encounters, it paints a broader picture of adolescence, its trials, tribulations, and the bittersweet process of finding one's place in the world. In essence, Bully's narrative is less about traditional hero's journey and more about experiencing the ups and downs of school life. It blends humor with genuine character development, capturing the chaotic spirit of youth while delivering a subtle critique of authority and social structures. At its best, the game creates a memorable coming-of-age tale with its unique characters and a vivid setting, while at worst some narrative choices and tonal inconsistencies can feel jarring. Some of the best aspects about the story are the unique setting, atmosphere, witty writing, humorous dialogue, character development and relatable protagonist. Set at Bullworth Academy, Bully uses its school setting to craft an environment that's both nostalgic and distinct. The diverse cliques give the story a colorful, almost cinematic quality as you navigate the school life. The narrative is peppered with clever, offbeat humor that subverts typical school life tropes. The script and dialogue, often absurd and satirical, helps balance the more serious themes, making the story entertaining and engaging. Jimmy Hopkins, as a flawed yet determined teen, provides a compelling focal point. His journey from being an outsider to challenging the status quo resonates as a genuine coming-of-age story, filled with both triumphs and setbacks. While this game doesn't have a lot of negatives, there are still some things to critique about. Some of the worst aspects about Bully are inconsistent tone, narrative gaps, and repetition. While the game's humor is one of its charms, the narrative sometimes shifts into an unexpectedly dark or overly serious territory. This tonal whiplash, especially during certain cutscenes, can undermine the overall light-hearted feel of the story. Some subplots or character arcs feels underdeveloped, and the reliance on familiar stereotypes occasionally makes the social dynamics seem shallow. Coupled with repetitive missions, this can lead to a narrative fatigue for players expecting a deeper or more innovative story. So in summary, Bully's story is a good one with few small mishaps. A creative, humorous romp through the trials of adolescence set against a memorable school backdrop, yet marred by moments of tonal dissonance and somewhat dated content. For many fans, the engaging characters and clever satire are enough to make the narrative a standout, while others may find the inconsistencies and occasional problematic themes detract from an otherwise unique experience. In conclusion, Bully remains one of the best games Rockstar has ever made to this day, with its unique setting, unique humor, and a uniquely immersive school environment. Its clever writing and memorable characters capture the charm of high school life, even as the game isn't without its repetitive moments and technical hiccups. Looking to the future, there's plenty of reasons to be excited around the idea of a Bully sequel. Over the years, many Rockstar fans have long hoped for a sequel. Rumors and intermittent hints, ranging from early developer comments to leaked concept art, have kept the discussion about possible sequel alive, even though nothing official has been confirmed. As of now, Rockstar Games has not announced any plans to revive the Bully franchise. As we all know, Rockstar's development teams are currently fully committed to Grand Theft Auto 6, so until that comes out, I don't think we get any news regarding a possible sequel to Bully. If you got this far into the video, I want to thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I ask you to press that like button. That's all, bye.